In this video, I'm going to go over external item setup, item categories, item number series, item types, and item groups. External item setup. So external item setup are items that come in from an external system. So this is where you'd be able to view these items, all right? So for example, we have a few items that have originated from an external source. Let's just say a hard disk drive. It gives you an item code, external item code, and it'll actually let you know that this originated from external item. These are internal items, so you can see that this has an internal description, and these are the codes associated with them. So this will give you a list of all your external items and the items that are internal as well that do not originate externally. Item categories. Now these are going to be all the different categories of items that you may have. So as you can see, we have food, snack, wine, water. These are just some examples and some testing item categories that we are working with here in Xenium. So let's look at water. Description and item category is water. The sort order. So we do not have a sort order currently. However, if you'd like a sort order to show up on any type of report, then you could utilize this here, or if you'd like a sort order utilized during conference bookings or even reservation items, you can utilize sort order here. Enable category for reservations basically allows you to sell this item during a reservation. Conference category basically allows you to add this item during a conference booking. Hospitality POS category, so that will allow you to sell this item category with a POS system. If this is an e-commerce category, you would check this. If this is a homeowner category, you would check this. And if this is a rental item category, you would check this. All right. And you can add multiple items in an item category. So currently we only have Voss water. So maybe we have a different type of water that we may be able to find here somewhere that somebody has set up. Maybe we can find something else. Let's see if we can add a food item. As you can see, there are many food items added to the food item category. So let's add a food item and see how that looks. A filet mignon. Let's add filet mignon. All right, now filet mignon is added to a food item. And here you can utilize sort order if you would like to start from top to bottom. If you would like different foods to show up before. So let's say you add a lemon cake and a lobster tail. You would want lobster tail to show up before the lemon cake on the receipt. Save this. You can manage interest categories here. So you can manage the different interests at each category of items. So if this item is maybe associated with basketball, you can utilize that there. Notes, links, documents, tasks. Those are pretty generic to Xenium. Item number series. Item number series, as you can see here, we have activity center, attributes, item number series. So here our examples are activity central, attractions, childcare, conference, food and beverage, golf tee times, homeowners, mountain bike rental inventory. These are examples of what item number series are. So for example, we have activity central. It has a number prefix. So what this will do is when you create an item and use one of these item number series, it'll put ATC in front of it, and then it'll add a number. Same for attraction, same for childcare. So when you go into these items, and I can show you, as you can see, ATR. Let's go to item number series. ATR has to do with attraction. So that is an attractions item. And that's what item number series does. It numbers the item based on the item number series. Item types. These are all the different types of items you're going to have at property level. All right. So these are not limited to just food and beverage items. As you can see, we have different items. We have skis, we have shirts, we have helmets. So you're not, and we also have event fees. We have activity central fees. So you can attach multiple item types into items, item types. So all you have to do to create one, click add, name it, describe it, and if there is a default number series, you could choose a default number series here from what we spoke about in item number series. And item groups. These are going to be item groups based on where you are selling the items. So if you're selling the items in childcare, if you're selling the items in groups, recreation, conference rooms, room revenue, food revenue. So these are going to be where you are selling these items in terms of where the revenue is posting. So let's look at an item, and let's actually create an item. Let's create, since we didn't see any water, let's create smart water. If you'd like a POS caption button, you could choose so here, so we can name it as W. External description, if you're pushing this to an external channel or a screen, you could put a description here. Item group. So what type of item group does water fall under? So water would fall under food revenue. Item type. What type of item is this? Since we don't have an item type for water, we can just select food and beverage. All right. Base. So unit of measure, is it going to be person, each, or pieces? And we're going to select each. Those are created in Cenium, and you can go in and create your unit of measure. A price group. What price group does this fall under? So we're just going to attach this to food. What is the unit price? We're going to say $25. Unit cost, you can actually estimate how much money you make on this item. So you can say this is $10. Actually, it does not cost $10 for smart water. Probably costs about $1.50. Internal description. So if you'd like to describe said internal description for this, you can. If not, you don't have to. External item code. So if you're pushing this out to NAP, if you're pushing this out to LS Retail, you can insert the item code here, and that will match up to wherever you're pushing this out or pulling this from. And now that water is created. Manage bill of materials. So manage bill of materials. If you have an item and there are other materials attached to this item, so for example, this is a one-day ticket. So in the one-day ticket, you may have a bicycle, one bicycle. You may have possibly a jacket. And let's just say a back wheel. You don't get a front wheel. So there we have attached a bill of materials to a ticket. You can manage the property availability and pricing. So what you can do is you can override different properties to have different pricing. All right. So if you'd like to change the pricing for this at this property to $25, you can. And you click OK. And now the price is $25. You can manage different categories. So if you'd like to have different categories associated with items, you can. You can delete categories. So if you would like to associate beer to this test item, we can do so here. And now beer is associated with that item. If you'd like to put an image of an item, you can do so here. Estimated costing. So estimated costing is going to be an estimated cost of what this item costs you. So let's say the item costs you $2. You can post inventory, and that will give you a round figure of how much you're making on that item. Currently, this is a feature enhancement. However, the buttons are enabled. You can print templates. You can show discounts, how many times this item has been discounted, and what the value of the discounts were, when it happened. Insured allowances. So if this has been allowed to users, when was it used in HPOS? How many times has this item been allowed on transaction lines? So this is basically for comps. This is pretty generic Decennium. So that's how you go in and create an item. Let's pull up our water. Let's filter this. Smart water. There it is. All right. So if we need to make an adjustment at any time, let's decide this item group is no longer food revenue. It is a pizza revenue. You could do so here and save it. You could change this on the fly. So you could do so here. Item sales overview. It'll give you an overview of all the items we've sold so far. Currently, we have not sold any items in this database. However, this will give you some details. And if you click view details of that item, it'll show you view details, more details on when that item was sold. Item dynamic rate levels. So if you have items set up with dynamic rates, this is where you go to manage those.